Yes, we are indeed from Utah. I'm proud of it. And we're very honored tonight to be a part of this splendid celebration. My two sisters, Alice and Louise, were born in Payson, and I was born in Ephraim. And all four of our grandparents crossed the plains as little children in 1847, one coming across the seas from... Our father, William King DRIGGS, was born in this house in Pleasant Grove, Utah in 1885. He and Mom were married in 1908, and by the time they found out what caused babies, there were 8 mouths to feed. It was the 20s. Dad was a gifted musician and school teacher, so as soon as we were big enough to hold instruments, he and Mom started a family orchestra. That's me on the left holding the tambourine. In order to supplement Dad's meager salary, we traveled all over the West in his Dodge touring car, giving family concerts wherever we could. We had a wonderful childhood, and in spite of some hard times, our parents gave us everything that money couldn't buy. In 1931, my 3 oldest sisters, Maxine, Louise, and Alice, still in high school, formed a trio and changed their name to King. Their first job was in 1932 at the 50,000-watt radio station KSL. Incidentally, their first announcer was Richard L. Evans. Later that year, Horace Height, a popular show band leader, heard one of their broadcasts and booked them for 2 weeks with his orchestra at the Golden Gate Theater in San Francisco. The 2 weeks grew into 6 years, during which time they went to the Elegant Drake Hotel in Chicago, where they also did a weekly coast-to-coast commercial broadcast. In 1935, Maxine elected to leave the group and return to California. Donna and I replaced her, thus becoming the 4 King sisters. Eventually, we went on to the Biltmore Hotel in New York City, where in 1938, we, along with Louise's husband, Alvino Ray, left Horace Height to start our own band. By 1940, we were beginning to make a real name for ourselves, thanks in no small part to our Victor Bluebird records, plus all the remote broadcasts from places like the Rustic Cabin and Frank Daly's Meadowbrook in New Jersey, the Astor Roof of the Waldorf Astoria in New York, the Palladium in Hollywood, many major theaters in the country, and heaven knows how many one-nighters, including Jerry Jones' Rainbow Rendezvous right here in Salt Lake City. From there, we went on to Hollywood, where over the next 2 years, we made some mostly forgettable movies at RKO, Universal, and MGM. By now, our country was heavily engaged in World War II.
Now for you men who are always ready, hold steady. It's those 4 lovely King sisters. And for the Coast Guard Blue, the Kings sing... I'll be seeing you.
Our most rewarding times were entertaining the guys in our armed forces, 3 of whom were our own husbands. 2 of us were expecting our first baby, so it seemed the right time to retire and bring up our children. But in the 50s, we were asked to do a CBS radio show and got a contract with Capitol Records. Our youngest sister, Marilyn, replaced Donna, who had moved back east. We had updated our style, and for us, a brand new career began. An Esquire magazine review actually called us an up-and-coming new group. We received a Grammy Award for our record of imagination, and a panel of experts, including Elmer Bernstein, Percy Faith, Nelson Riddle, and Henry Mancini, chose the King Sisters as the all-time best female vocal group. We continued with appearances in Las Vegas, Lake Tahoe, and as guests on many, many television shows. And in 1964, my bishop asked me if the King sisters would do a benefit to help build a church for our newly formed ward. Anyway, it inspired me to say, why don't we do something different? Let's make it a family affair. The King sisters and their families. So we all got together in Oakland and created a show, which only a short time later became the King Family Show on the ABC network. Now here are just a few highlights from our television hour that people still talk about.
And now,
This is Uncle Alvino's 25th anniversary. So please stay tuned to the second half of the King Family Show, whether you're watching in the living room, the kitchen, or the nursery. Look, it's lucky you're a short it's lucky you're a short girl. Why? Because you'll never be a long fellow.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. I love you, baby, and if it's quite all right, I need you, baby, to warm the lonely night. I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say, oh, pretty baby, don't bring me down, I pray. Oh, pretty baby, now that I found you, stay and let me love you, baby. Let me love you, baby. Let me love you, baby. Let me. With a real life girl.
Introduce my mother, Alice, who will now be accompanied at the piano by my brother, Lex, as she sings a song dedicated to my other brother, Rick, who's in the Army.
I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams.
Dear Mom, just time to wish you and all the family a very Merry Christmas. Sure wish I could be home with you, but I'll be thinking about you every night on Christmas Day. I sent you a little present.
On that clear day, on that clear day, you can see forever and ever and ever and
As a result of our national exposure on television, for the next 10 years, we had the time of our lives traveling all over the United States doing concerts. It was a wonderful experience for all of us, especially the kids.
we have to get out of our